What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of Skul the Hero Slayer. You know what? Let's take Pikeman. It's been a while since I've done a nice Pikeman run. We're not too far removed from a chase run, but that run was also kind of sullied, in quotation marks, obviously, by the presence of the unknown darkness, which kind of encompassed everything on that build. So it'd be nice to do a more dash focused build, which also means I'll take the genie here. But also there's other paths you can take with a Pikeman that are more interesting, like only taking him to the rarity rare and doing an in-air attack version of Pikeman, which is actually unironically very powerful. So like, I don't know, we have options before us. And we're immediately thrown into the Quint room. Very interesting. We have the freaking Centauros here, which is not a very interesting Quint, but I'll still take it. It's something. It'll help us in the early game, at least. And maybe, who knows, it becomes a bleed build. Not that Centauros is particularly great at applying bleed. It's not terrible at it, but it's not like you would ever build a build that relies on Centauros to apply bleed, you know? That'd be really bad. And it doesn't do a lot of damage. Also, you know what, just see me. At this stage, it's already freaking on my nerves. May as well get this over with. It looks like we're maybe in like a 3-chest special. Oh, okay, well, I guess I'm being seen by that guy too. The more the merrier. The more the friggin' merrier, I suppose. You know what? While we're at it, how about you two, man? Just everyone get involved in this. Y'all are so desperate to get my attention. I'll just let you have it for free. All y'all. You too, bozo. You too, bozo. No holds barred. Get your asses down here. See what happens. Y'all ain't shit, dude. Oh no, there's way more chests in here than I realized. 5, I think? Not bad. We also had 300 gold there. Maybe you get more gold from enemies than I give it credit. Because, like, I know we opened a couple gems before that, but I don't know. I think they gave me a fair amount, maybe like 100 or something. And that's only like 6 or 7 enemies, so not too awful bad, I suppose. Anyway, Centauros is here. Not super exciting, but it's better than nothing. Maybe we'll get a legendary. Too much to ask, I guess. Start us off with a bang. I mean, I've had some banger runs lately, so I really can't complain. These runs have been freaking crazy. The interesting quirk about Centauros is if you pick it up, it lowers the cooldown. It's a 25-second cooldown, so sadly, I don't think it'd be very good with Heritage Enhanced. The disparity between high cooldown and low cooldown points on Heritage Enhanced is a little sad. Although I'm glad that Heritage Enhanced is very powerful. But it'd be very interesting to give really, really niche quints like Hydra and Centauros a little more use by, like, just kind of strengthening the lower end of Heritage Enhanced and, like, allowing you to spam the effect over and over, you know? Like, you could spam it 9 times with Hydra and still have it do good damage. Whereas, as it stands now, Hydra does not do a lot of damage with Heritage Enhanced. So, I don't know. Food for thought. Not that the devs are going to hear me. And frankly, they would probably giga nerf it if they did that, so it's probably for the best that they keep it the way it is. Also, we're low rolling our doors. Off to a bad start in that regard. That's pretty much the worst thing that can happen to a build. Which means we're going to be resource starved. So we need to get some good items early. Some run defining items, please. That's a good item. It's not too late to go a mixed damage route. Excuse me. Dash runs tend to be mixed damage. You know what? I'm going to take this. It doesn't really help me right now. I'll also take that. But it could help me in the future. And I could also just pick up a nice balanced skull to really do mixed damage. But like, this is one of my favorite items they added to the game. So every time I see it, and I'm not like too late in a run to give myself the chance, I'll probably end up taking it. I'm pretty sure both of the Pikeman runs I have in mind, not that I'm committed to the Pikeman, mind you, but both of the Pikeman runs I have in mind that we could do are both mixed damage friendly. So picking that up is just smart. I'm hedging my bets, basically. Also, she has the speed up aura. This is, in my opinion, one of the scariest possible auras that that the adventurers can have. It's so terrifying. It allows them to fast ult. Thankfully, we got through the... she didn't have it when she was trying to ult. If she did, that could have been pretty nasty. Also, hang on a second. I'm a little curious about something real quick. Can he be stunned? Yes, he can. It looked like for a second he dodged it. And the thing about Genie is, like, he can dodge ground traps in, like, Act 2. So I thought maybe those had those properties for just a brief second there. But sadly, no. Also, I think I did forget to loot her. People were probably screaming, "Hacks, don't do it!" Thankfully, I remembered. Another chance at Slave. Do I want him? He also has Aim for the Heart, which is his best ability. But I am looking for a Magic Skull, so let's not. I'm going to commit to at least Rare on this Pikeman, because even if I lose Bone Shards, it's not a ton. Do not fall for the it's a free upgrade thing. That's a thing I used to believe, but it's not. It actually costs you like 4 Bone Shards, basically, so... Because you're giving up the opportunity cost for just breaking the common that you find. Like, this was, like, in the early, very, very early days of my channel. I think maybe the first couple of months or so. That was, like, a hot tip I would tell people. But it's false. And I've had people say it in my comment section here and there. But, not true. It's a very, understandable mistake to make, but it's not a real min-max. Alright. You're, following me around, aren't you, buddy? I don't want you. I got nothing against you. I got bigger fish to fry today. We got places to go and things to see that are not you. But I like you. You're a fun skull, and I am overdue for another run with you. I'm also overdue for a run with Soldier. It's been a while since I've done it. Even though I've since kind of come to the conclusion that he's almost definitely the worst skull in the entire game. Worse than Champion. But that doesn't mean I'm never going to play him again. In fact, I need to play him. Okay, we're definitely taking a Berserker. Without even a shred of doubt. It's been so long since I've done a Berserker run. I love Berserker runs. They're so fun. They're not very mixed damage friendly, though, so we may dip on the mixed damage plan. That's so tempting. I can just about guarantee you the legendary is going to be worse. Could do a stun run, I guess, but... I mean, stun is good. Stun's good. I don't know. Why am I so upset? I could do a stun run. It's the best status. At that point, I would probably ditch the Pikeman and just lean into, like, big damage, mono-type damage, because Armor of Fear 100% promotes mono damage. If you're doing a mixed damage Armor of Fear run, you're just hurting your run. But we're starting to get some power behind this, which I like. I don't have a lot of respect for Armor of Fear, but I probably should have more for it than I do. Part of my issue with I didn't really think about until, like, a little late, I guess, that mixed damage truly is, like, detrimental for Armor of Fear. And you really should, like, I don't know, I had, like, a mixed damage craze for a while. Not even going to acknowledge that omen, by the way. Truly terrible. Dog shit. Do the swap. Yeah. It's a stupid thing, but I like doing it, where it's like you swap and you have like an animation attached to your swap and you enter the Yiggy door, and then you continue the swap animation when you enter Yggdrasil's lair. It's really stupid. There's not a lot of skulls you can do it on, but one of them is that one there. We could also still do a dash run is the cool thing, which would be mixed damage. It just wouldn't be playing into Berserker's strengths. And if I'm doing a Berserker run, I want to be playing a run that plays into Berserker's strengths. Have I done a single Berserker run since the update dropped? I don't think I have, at least not for YouTube. So I should lean into this Berserker. In fact, that's my commitment. It's a Berserker run. I'm going to start getting rid of some of this mixed damage stuff. He's not... Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Okay. I shouldn't be so quick to ride off mixed damage Berserker. Because the thing about Berserker it's his secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. You didn't hear it from me. But he's actually a basic attacker. Like, more than anything else, the power of Berserker in his demon form is his basic attacks. So, items like Mana Gauntlet could actually be very powerful on Berserker. We'll just, you know what? I'm going to feel this run out, okay? We're going to see how it feels. I'm not going to force mixed damage, but I'm also going to keep my mind open to it. If I start getting offered stuff like I don't know, some crit items or some crit percent with Invisible Knife and Mana Gauntlet and shit like that, then I will 100% build in a mixed damage direction because it's, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more it just makes sense. Like, you can get away with it on Berserker. And there is an interesting item. Cursed Live Embers. I don't think I would do an Arson Berserker run because that's just plumb goofy. If anything, I'll take the Ceremonial Dagger here. Which doesn't really help me now, but it will help me in the future, potentially. Man, I always get offered these cool status legendaries on runs where it makes no sense to use them. Like, at this point, almost certainly we're pivoting from stun. Just unfortunate. This one is attack damage versus skill damage decrease. That could be fine. The problem with curses like this is it's the same problem with innate power. Basic attack runs usually almost always don't scale off of your basic damage itself. Whenever you're doing basic attack runs, you scale off of items generally. It's why Rapidity as an inscription on its own, even benchmark at 4, is not a build around. The build around on Rapidity runs comes around like crit items. Because crit items are the thing that, like, the fact that Rapidity 4 is considered a basic attack is what makes it good and unique. So, like, the devs knew when they made that. Like, this is not, in and of itself, necessarily a build around. This is an enabler for other builds. Otherwise, they would have just made it deal item damage. And then it would be like, okay, this is just go-getter. But they purposefully made it deal basic attack damage because they want it to be able to proc items. So, if you ever have a Rapidity build and you don't take items that activate on damage dealt, you probably going to leave that run feeling like basic attack runs suck. Now, it's not impossible to have a good basic attack run like this, just generally speaking. I had one on Twitch recently that was really fucking bad that was like this. It didn't get... The only crit item it got was Crown of Thorns, which isn't a terrible item, but it's certainly not the best crit item. So, it fell apart spectacularly. I'm not shocked that it did. Currently, this run's underpowered, I would say, but it's just because, like, we've got a surplus of good magic items. And like I said, I'm not committing to mixed damage here. Ooh! It could easily pivot. Oh, come on, man. I need Mutant. It could easily pivot from mixed damage at this point. It just depends if I get, like, a really good shop that has a bunch of physical stuff in it. But the odds of that happening are sadly kind of low because we're low-rolling our doors. We're already at the shop here, and that is really annoying. I should have actually considered taking that gargoyle. Though I feel like I've used too many gargoyles recently. This 100% sends me down a mixed damage route, I believe. We need a balanced skull. Oh, we need a balanced skull. We need one so bad. Holy moly. We can get rid of this at this point. No, get rid of this. Maybe this even buys me another reroll. Yup. And now I'm wishing I did Arson. Oh. Still really weak. This shop did not power me up at all. We can't even deal magic damage. Okay, no, we can with our bone. Okay, no, I got a little more powerful, but, like, it's not a line. It's not a... We're not scaling in the directions we need to currently. We need crit items, and then we're or specifically, we need Invisible Knife. Now, thankfully for us, it's a rare, so it's not hard to get if the run is even slightly decent. Now we just gotta get an even slightly decent run. That's easy. Smile. What could go wrong, Smile? Nothing. We're chilling. No! Okay, that could go wrong. We need to change this ability too. I don't like this skill. It like lurches you forward. It's terrible. It's dog shit. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. No! Down attack, leaving me in the fucking spikes. Was this? It's the adventurer door, man. We're getting so hosed. Okay, here's another way to deal magic damage. This can go. Since we're not doing chase at this point. Also, the mystery will be dealing magic damage. So, like, we're in the most roundabout way possible dealing magic damage right now. It's pretty crazy. Oh, come on, you fucking asshole, man. Okay, get into the area of effects. Get swapped on, you fool. Okay, we got her. That's like the most important thing here. You thought you were ulting, didn't you, man? The look on your face when you saw you weren't going to pull it off. Loser. Sadly, nothing good there. It's all commons. Of course, it's all commons, though the dwarf is okay. Bit of a late game dwarf. However, yoink. Sorry, dwarf haters, but it's happening. The more magic damage, the merrier. Okay, you're not today. Not today! The swap shield took that. Okay, we're not fucking around with the Gatling Gunner. Wait, is that another Gatling Gunner? Okay, no, it's a shield guy. I hate those guys. They're not even, like, difficult. They're just annoying. Very tedious. Look how much magic damage we're doing. All these enemies are, like, dying very quickly to our stupid dwarf, our unevolved dwarf. Sitting here at a respectable 17. Mummy's okay. But it's also an ability spam skull. Is that what I'm looking for? Not really. It is a balance skull. I'm going to take it. But I'm not committing bone shards to this for the foreseeable future. Even though he has Mummy Ball, which is like genuinely a really good ability. Not fucking around with this. Oh yeah, we don't take damage from traps. Doi. Yo, maybe I'll hold on to this at least to Act 3, unless we see something really good really quickly. Because imagine seeing the really terrible mini games in Act 3 and just being able to do them without any worry at all. Could you imagine a world? If John Lennon wrote a song today that was the same as the song Imagine, it would be about that. Because there is really no greater plague on humanity. Wait, is that a water skull? It is a water skull. Sadly, not what we're looking for, because we need a balanced skull. But not the worst. Just not. He ain't with it today. Terrible Prince's box. Wonderful sword here. This stage we can start getting rid of like this. Let's take stuff like this. That's kind of weird to juggle away my courage. But I think it's the correct play. What a hodgepodge of items, man. This is bizarre. This can go, actually. We have wisdom. We have wisdom. Okay. Now I'm going to take these bone shards. I guess we're not healing? Yikes. It'll be fine, dude. Okay. We have last resistance. It'll be fine, dude. See, we're getting healing orbs. It's cool, man. Everything's chill. Everything's fine. Thanks, Wheel. God, Wheel's such a bro. Also, watch it. This is going to be the fucking Leon Sisters door. Even though we're, like, barely in Act 2. We're, like, giga low rolling the doors. This will 100% be the Joan door. I have zero doubt. If I'm wrong, nothing will happen, but I guess I'll just be like, damn, shit. Well, that's weird. Anyways. I'm not staking anything on this. But I'm still very, very certain of myself. But I'm not exactly instilling confidence in my audience that I'm going to be right about this, because I'm not staking anything on it. And what do you know? In retrospect, I stake... Everyone has to give me $100 now. Alright, guys. I'll be expecting the donations now. Thank you for your contributions. And see ya. That's not even a good flask. It's not the flask I'm looking for. I'm still taking it. This is the worst flask by a lot. But we can change that. And even if we don't, it's not like it's unusable. I'm going to be looking for a pollutant flask. I've kind of, as of late, like I've always been a neurolepsis flask guy, but I think I'm starting to kind of side more on just like a pollutant flask, because like I feel like Alchemist's role has changed ever since he got the Giga buff on his golem. Like I don't even see him as a status skull anymore. I just see him as a fucking raw damage machine. Like the amount of damage that this skull can output is ridiculous. He's among the best. Oh, whoa. Did you see that? She just moonwalked. Crazy. Please don't do that again, Leona. Like, I don't want to see that, man. You guys are already enough of a pain in the ass without you pulling out weird new tricks. Okay, woo. She's dead. There's nothing I can do. She's gonna die to the wheel. That's not great, but we do have last resistance, and also I can just play well. Smile. Here it comes, guys. Okay, I made it face the wrong way. Alright, we're dead. It's over. The fucking last resistance never stood a chance. We don't have iframes here, so we're on our own. Thank you for the big pocket of air. Ah! I'm literally like a pixel away from certain death there. The wheel is, I think, hard carrying here. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. Can you give me patterns like that more often, please? What the fuck? That was like the nicest Leona sister ever. I had to go through 2 of the big ults, and it didn't matter. Sometimes they just play nice, and sometimes they're like nightmare beasts from hell, and there's no in between. And then they give me like the worst Leona chest I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, genuinely, like, the Nias is good, but I already have a dwarf. You hate to see it. What are you gonna do, though? The bastards. Make up for it with... Okay, never mind. Well, Glass Body is good, actually. Alright, I take Glass Body here, and I hold off on everything else, because, I don't know what this is going to be. Probably Go-Getter, but, I mean, typically mixed damage runs are Go-Getter, but we'll have to see. Anyways, here comes our boy, the Devil Berserker. My favorite. Actually, he's not even close to my favorite, but I do like him a lot. I get asked every so often what my favorite skull in the game is. I have an answer for that, but like really, honestly, I like every skull in this game, even Champion. Honestly, I complain about Champion a lot, but that's just because like I like him so much that I want him to be better than he is. You know, like it's not out of a place of like distaste that I complain about champion. It's out of a place of love, because, like, he could be so much more than he is. But, I like Devil Berserker a lot. I think he's a really good Skul. I don't get to see him very often. I feel like he's one of the fucking uniques I see the least at opportune times to take him. It's all in my head. It's not real. But I feel that way, and I don't like it. So, I don't know. Like, show up more often, and we'll have way more fun together. Also, you see that right there? Fucking low rolling the doors is so bad. I'm stuck with this, like, medallion, basically. Until I find a better treasure item, I can't ditch treasure on this run, or we'll never get any items in shops. Like, it'll never happen. We're not earning money, because we... Okay, this is also an opportune moment to pull out the Devil Berserker. Also show you his giga fast basic attack. I just got fucking brawlered. His basic attack isn't very fast right now, but it will be later when we get our arachne scaling up. Also, thank you, Halfling. Holy fuck. For once, she doesn't want me dead. We also have the interesting Berserker skill that's not very good, honestly. Unless we can get crit items, it's not going to be good at all. I'm definitely still going to be looking to swap these skills away on both of my Skuls, actually. But, especially on Devil Berserker. Because this skill's bad when he's normal Berserker. And, the only one I really like that's his secondary skill is Mad Axe. Which is a really slow skill, but it does, like, enormous damage. So, I'd like to have it. If we could get a flask here, that'd be pretty neat. A Light Spirit Lu is actually worth considering. It's a decent way to get my mixed damage. It's too late to probably take a Shadow Spirit. It would be a nice way to get my Brawl active. Perhaps at this point, I do ditch Treasure. For something as strong as Lu, I guess it's fine. Let's not forget our flask here, even though this may be a mistake because, like I said, we're going to be extremely poor if we don't have, a way to, oh god, I placed it facing the wrong way again. Fuck me, man. We're so far behind as it stands still. And now Lu's killing everything. Okay, please, just get me some door farming, please. Like, if I can have this dwarf up by Act 4 and just coast on the power of dwarf to kill executioners for me, I'm gonna be so happy. And I really shouldn't be fucking around with this Conductor Dark Elite. I'm a bit of an idiot for this. These things are terrors. Okay, the wheel's going down there. Hopefully it deals with him. Oh, we got a Frieza here? Why am I even placing this? Who knows? This skill's so weird. I always forget that it's like a consistently hold down your button press skill and you get the maximum effect out of it. Because, like, the effect is so weird. Like, look at this. This is a skill where you hold down, like, the longer you hold it down, the more it does. But, like, it still doesn't do much, and it just kind of sends you hurtling, like, carelessly around the battlefield. Which is not good, by the way. That's bad. It's the same way with his normal form, too. Like, I got another missile coming, by the way. Or not, actually. I mistook it. This should be good for dwarf farming. No, never mind, man. Little did I know. He's just barely small enough. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. What a silly thing. We're just kind of silly up in this Mother Hubbard, I guess, today. Pretty nasty set of adventurers, which I always say at this stage, but like it's always especially more concerning when our run is not exactly super strong. Probably would be wise to deal with the mage first. But at least we stopped him from ulting. I think a lot of our power here is... Wait, did I lose my... No, I haven't. Okay. So we stopped her. Alright, not bad actually. A little shocked that that went as well as it did. It is interesting. It'd be nice if you gave me your legendary. Okay, never mind. A succubus is also extremely enticing, but I'm going to stay the course with this dwarf because I've got sunk cost fallacy. We'll upgrade this to legendary. Despite the low rolling on this run in terms of doors, the skull rooms have been very generous. I have to at least acknowledge that. I mean, we got 2 legendaries. It also helps that I have a unique here, but still, like, come on. Like, I've had runs that have, like, way better skulls in terms of their natural rarity than this and gotten, like, so fucked on the bone shards. So, count my blessings. I don't like that. Alright, dwarf. Do some work, dog. It's all you, brother. Yeah, okay, we'll stop. Thank you, Will. I appreciate you. Oh, Lou, you fucker. That was dwarf's chance, man. Okay, get this comment out of my face. Also, what a wonderful room for the fucking golem to come out. Please, golem, do your thing, dude. I don't even care that I'm not getting dwarf procs in here. Like, I would rather, like, I just don't care. I don't care. This room is one of the nastiest rooms in the whole game. So nasty, so gross. Filthy. And we're freaking out of here, man. Healing orbs galore. Not gonna lie, this run is oddly good. I can't really pinpoint why it's good, why it's working at all, but it is. And I will happily take this. Give me my treasure back now. We're not getting crit items at this point, I think, at least. So... But it also gives me a chance to get Artifact 4. Are we getting Brawl at this point? Eh, we're not. I'll take my Artifact 4. We're also at Wisdom 3. Huh! I'm not gonna lie, if this run wins, I might be back on the mixed damage train where it's like you can use it again. Because this run is bizarre, and the fact that it's working, partially, I should say, partially propped up by having 2 good skulls, obviously. But for a while, I've kind of been iffy on telling people that mixed damage is the right way to build, because the game expects a lot more out of you at the end game than it used to. Like, used to going into the Dark Hero fight with 600 damage % was perfectly acceptable, because, like, there's nothing beyond the Dark Hero, and all you need to do is beat him, which you can do on 600. But now that Alexander and Dark Skull are a thing, I feel like the game expects like around like 800 or so damage % out of you, and that's not the easiest thing to pull off consistently. So I've been kind of saying lately that like it's possible that mixed damage has fallen off and not as consistent as it was before. But like, I mean, look at this run. It's dog shit. Like, our damage % is terrible. It has time to get better, but we have 0 of the like dense damage scaling things I always talk about that make mixed damage work. And like, I don't know. It seems like maybe it was a skill issue, but I don't know. At the same time, I still think there's a point to be made about it. Even if this run wins and like shows that there's still plenty of merit behind mixed damage, I do think that there is a point to be made about how the game just expects more out of you now. So like that average mixed damage run that before could cross the finish line fairly easily just can't now. But you know, this run's kind of working. I don't know. It's very interesting how this run is working. Here's my chance to upgrade my dwarf, and I am going to take it. I will spend more time in the Chimera fight than I normally would. As long as she doesn't use this attack a ton, we'll be okay. But she used it twice there, so. But I want to have this as a King Dwarf. She is being really nasty. But I want to have this as a King Dwarf before we get to Act 4, because I want to be able to deal with those Executioners that I hate so much. Y'all know what it is. Alright, there we go. Now we go all in. Here comes the Golem. Here comes the Devil Berserker, who is about to get way stronger after we get out of here, because I'm going to start Arachnoscaling into my attack speed. And like I said, hot take, though not really, he is a basic attacker. Through and through. That's what this skull does. That's where his power comes from. I had to scratch my eye there. I was playing with one hand. Okay, the Chimera fight is definitely showing that this run still, you know, there's a lot of room to go for it. It took a while to beat that Chimera. Not quite 2 jumps, but close. So we're behind the curve of where I normally like to be. Which is fine. We'll get there. See, a Hope Slasher. It only takes stuff like this. Just minor stuff like this to make mixed damage truly pop off. But I have to fit it. This can go. Now we don't have Artifact 4, but we can maybe get it back if I can get lucky with something. We're not getting we're not getting crit items more than likely at this point. So, is this still Go-Getter? Lu is Go-Getter, potential Go-Getter with the Solar Sword. Go-Getter, Go-Getter, Go-Getter. Yeah, it is Go-Getter. So we'll do Go-Getter. Go-Getter's just too OP. And now we scale into this. 2, I think we're getting 6 out of this. Oh, 4. Wow, shows what the fuck I know, man. What do I know? Nothing. Hopefully this continues to go well, though. Obviously, Act 4 is it's crunch time for runs. We do have some tools to help us deal with really annoying enemies, like Demon Hunters and Executioners. Also, if we start out getting rooms like this, it is a rare in there, though, so it's not super exciting. The cool thing about this is this room is kind of bugged a little bit. So, like, although we did get the freaking Demon Hunters, this means it's less likely that we're going to get a decent prize here. Oh, yeah, we're not getting a decent prize. That's good enough, though, actually. We didn't make money off that, but we barely lost money on it. It could have been a Lunar Ring, so it was worth checking. But the Demon Hunters are the worst of the things to get there. Rare chests are almost never worth trying that minigame for, honestly. Okay, this is where I'm so happy to have this. I could not be happier, guys. Get away from me. Who the frick do you think you are, bozo? I'ma learn you. I'ma learn you that you shouldn't fuck with me, man. All these, well, I guess not years. This past year in the Dark Mirror meta with you ruining my days, making me mad, stressing me out because your hitboxes are bullshit. They are bullshit. They're dumb. They make no sense. And now how the tables have turned. All it takes is a dwarf or a flame dragon or any, especially a freaking Shadow Knights, obviously. Any kind of long, oh my god, are you serious? Oh my god. Whoa. I mean, I could also take the Blood Drunk Sword. It's going to be kind of hard with the golems. Can I even afford that? We don't have our pedestals fixed here, so... Alright, what are my wisdom items? Lu? Lu could honestly go at this point. Could sell Lu, buy Misfortune on the pedestal. That gives me 35 crit. Which is fine. It's not incredible, but it's not terrible. Or I could sell... this, which is scaling my magic by 50, which is pretty important. Lu is not giving me any damage. He's just every 18 seconds dealing, like, mediocre damage. Alright, you're out of here. Now that... Oh, wait, I can't afford it anyways. I could sell something for it, but I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I'm just gonna... We're just gonna do this. It's good enough crit rate for me. I just wish I still had that fucking ceremonial dagger. I held out hope for so long. This is a fucking Dark Elite too. Nasty, gross, repulsive even. We could even say the nastiest thing in the world. He dealt so much to me already. Man, I despise Demon Hunters. I despise Demon Hunters and freaking Executioners so much. The world would be a better place without them. One thing I wish that happened with Demon Hunters is like the false HP that they place in their traps. If you kill a Demon Hunter while one is out, also that is an insane pickup. If you kill a Demon Hunter while one is out, it like guarantees drops a, it drops like a guaranteed HP orb, even like a tiny one, but still. This is not any of my inscriptions. I don't like getting rid of the wheel, but I think we can safely get rid of the wheel. It's also looking like a pretty solid apple. The apple definitely helps with mixed damage. Though it is sad to not have like wisdom or courage enhanced. That's my thing about the apple. Is like wisdom and courage enhanced are not impressive inscription enhancements. But the thing about it is, and I've said this before, but it bears repeating. What you're foregoing if you take the apple is you're not necessarily foregoing an enhanced inscription at that stage. You're foregoing wisdom and courage 4. Which is a pretty big thing to just like not have. But it the apple is good. So like, especially on low damage percent runs such as this, there's genuine merit to having that. There's also genuine merit to taking this omen. If I can find a way to fit it. We do have Artifact 3. This would make me not have to buy Wisdom on the pedestal. And instead, or buy Rapidity on the pedestal, instead buy Wisdom and ditch this. But like I said, that's 50 damage percent, and that's not great to lose. What does this look like? 490, dude. What? How is the disparity that different? Oh, it's because I'm losing Wisdom. But I'll get it back. That's the thing. I will get it back. What does it look like if I do this? Yeah. I have a lot of bias towards this item, but the thing is, I'm more than likely not getting that maxed. So I'm not getting the casting speed from it. So, well, now we have Rapidity, so I think it maybe was likely that I get it maxed. I don't know. I think that was the right play. We'll see, though. Now that we have crit items, though, the ability I was trashing earlier is suddenly a very good one. Like, genuinely, this ability is good. And also, our Ignition Flask is good, too. I don't know if y'all know this. This is like some old head Skul lore. A lot of you will, because I think there's a lot of old heads in my community. But back in the day, the strongest thing in the game was Alchemist Ignition Flask. By a lot. There was nothing stronger. They had to nerf it. And now it's fairly mediocre. It's a deserved nerf, though. I hold no sadness in my heart for no more OP Ignition Flask. It was stupidly broken. I hated it. It was one of the things I complained about the most back in the day. Also, I've seen this this adventurer a lot lately. I'm very happy about it too. Like that's another thing I hold zero sorrow in my heart for, is not coming across this stupid ass huntress. If I never saw her again, that would be a day too soon. That's how strongly I hate her. Also, look how much damage we're doing now. Also, do you guys see what I mean about his basic being like the part that makes him good? Look how fast it is now that we have it going. It genuinely is like one of the fastest basics in the game on a Power Skull, but it has the strength of a Power Skull swings to it. It's really, really good. And all of a sudden, remember how weak we were in the Chimera fight? Look at us now. It's that simple. Sometimes a Skull run comes together at the end of a run, and our damage percent isn't even that good. This is a fairly low-end damage percent run. And this is why I kind of, these days, don't say damage percent is the be-all, end-all. It still kind of is, honestly. You still need good damage percent. But there are archetypes in this game that don't center around damage as much as others, and this is the archetype that does not center around damage percent, which is crit items. Like, you can have an insanely low damage percent run, and your crit item run is still going to bang hard. And that's just because of the nature of crit items and what they do. They don't rely on damage percent because they themselves are the damage. Though they, of course, still need some damage. It's a truly unique archetype, and it's, to this day, I think, although I've said this also, but ability spam items may not be the best archetype, thanks to Olive Tree Cudgel. But if it is, it's not by a lot, because Invisible Knife is just that good. And we don't even have any of the other crit items here. Fucking get him, Dwarf, please. Show him what's what. Get that dumb bit away from me. See ya. And there's our ability swapper, who we don't even need anymore. Because, like, my ignition flask is already doing enough. I could stand to get rid of the ignition flask, but I'm not going to. What I will do is consider my options here. Pot of Greed for raw damage percent, or the ring for crit percent. It's only 10, it's also max HP, and it is damage percent too. But it's like a fuck ton less than this, and this also gives me another legendary, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. It in fact does. We don't have arms. Oh, we do have arms. Oh yeah, arms. I think I would get rid of this and buy Artifact on the pedestal. I'm only gaining a little bit of magic from this, though. This is Mutant, which is nice. I hate being offered these two next to each other. It's disgusting. I think I'll take the ring, actually. We'll buy Artifact on the pedestal. Artifact and... Artifact and something, though. It's gonna be something. Who the fuck knows what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something, dude. That much is certain. I guess probably like Mutant for the 25 damage percent, which is pretty funny. That's all I care about in that sense, but it's pretty ridiculous. Alright, I just want to make sure because I often miss chests. Oh yeah, we have Misfortune on the pedestal. Well, in that case, that's what it's gonna stay. Clone Step, eh? Arms Clone Step. You cannot be serious. Arms 4 kind of goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. Genuinely. 1600? 14? Okay, we will be able to buy this. Arms 4 with how much we're basic attacking? Yes, I'm doing it. Now we have Arms 4. Genuinely a decent inscription. Arms 6 is extremely good. Like, it's a genuine... I mean, Arms... Well, okay, Arms 6 is extremely good, but I meant Arms Enhanced is genuinely good. We're not going for that on this build. We just don't have time, and also I don't want to. I still definitely want to have the... I want to have the apple. But, like, it's a good thing to go for. Sad that we haven't gotten a ton of bone shards on the way out here. This almost certainly is the Joan door. If this is the Joan door, it means we min-rolled our doors. And yet the run is still good. This is kind of rare. the game was just providing me with like all the items I could want, which is really generous of the game, despite low rolling my doors to begin with. And look at that. Wouldn't you know it? Shocker. I'm truly shocked. How could the game do this? But we'll be okay. Still got a decent amount of bone shards. I don't have a lot of reasons to complain here. It certainly could be worse. So we'll just continue. We'll just trudge along here, happy as we possibly could be. Actually, what's my crit? 45? I could take Misfortune off the pedestal and put Artifact there, I think. I would have 70 crit rate at that point, which is more than enough, thanks to the Thieves' Blacksteel Daggers. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Because, like, I don't like that I don't have Artifact on the pedestal, but we can fix it. I'm saving my Devil Berserker for Joan, which is probably not smart, because like, I'd probably have it back. But I think if I drop a Devil Berserker and a Golem at the same time, we can near insta-killer, which is pretty funny. Which is going to be my goal here. Can you... Joan, why are you like this, man? Stop! Stop with the shield, man. God, you suck. You deserve what's about to happen to you. I'm tired of your ass. Don't move. Oh, you're such a coward. Get out of those iframes. See ya. God, you're just pathetic. Out of my face. Give me the orbs. She gave me the orbs, guys. These things are so OP. God, these orbs are ridiculous. It's like, why have a Bone of Mana on a 1 Balanced Skull run if you're offered the orbs? There's no reason. These are just better. They're just so much better. And also, call me crazy, I'm going for the Arachnus scaling on the damage percent. I probably should go into max HP, but I think I'm comfortable these days with this max HP against Dark Skull. Famous last words. But I don't know. I'm a lot more comfortable now than I used to be. Oh, wait. I can't buy Wisdom. Or, I mean, I can't buy Artifact on the pedestal. Man, that's crazy. That's what min-rolling doors will do for you, I guess. We'll just continue forward with Misfortune. It's not a big deal. Let's see. 2,200. It'll be fine. We can't even buy the food. Ridiculous. I can't even buy the clover. I wouldn't even be able to buy the small clover, man. What the actual hell? All right, here's my build. It's a really good build. I have no issues with it. It just, God, man. Ridiculous. Truly a ridiculous freaking min rolling the doors from the Skull game. It does what it wants, I guess. You can't stop it. You can only live with it. And don't we love it for that, guys? Don't we all just love Skul the Hero Slayer? Give it up for Skul. Alright, we just gotta play well against this hero because we're not at a super high max HP, and I do have an Omen. So, a little bit dangerous, but I'm not really particularly afraid. Like I said, I'm pretty confident. In fact, I would say I'm a little more scared of even the hero than I am of, like, Dark Skull. Is that an okay thing to say? The main thing that threatens me in the Skull fight these days, I feel, is the Power Skull form, because he just, like, if he hits you, if I fuck up even a little bit, he can kill me almost instantly. That's very dangerous. And also, Balance form is pretty scary, but Speed Skull form is, like, nothing. Like, these days, I don't... Like, he's so easily readable. I know this is controversial, and I'm not trying to say he's hard, okay? I mean, I'm not trying to say he's easy. But, like... I don't know, man. It's just, like... I'm definitely more scared of Alexander than I am of Dark Skull. I don't know about the hero. I fought this guy enough times. It's just like, if I can't get out of this fight fast enough, he can really start to overpower me. But like at this stage of the run, I think we're powerful enough to be able to get out of here fairly quickly. And I'll even go Devil Berserker here. Yeah, that does not do nearly enough. Look how much more the basic attack does. It's crazy. Like, he is a basic attacker. Like, the basic attack is almost the same thing as that, but it just does more damage. See what I mean? Oh my god. Okay, so that's what I mean by the hero. Sometimes he can just do shit like that, and it's extremely fucked up. Instantly into another Devil Berserker. My man's not having a good day today. He didn't think he'd be fighting the devil himself. Okay, here comes the Siphon. Oh, it's facing the wrong way anyways. My cheeky play didn't even work. Don't summon the meatball, don't summon the meatball, don't summon the meatball, don't summon the meatball. Don't do that either. That's what I mean, man. The Dark Hero doesn't have any, or Dark Skull doesn't have anything like that. Nothing. I talk about a fight being on rails. That's, like, I've said that a million times about the Dark Hero. It's so much truer about Dark Skull. The Dark Skull doesn't have any random RNG elements like the hero, where, like, he can summon the spikes from the fucking top, or he can, like, summon a freaking weird monument that hurts you, or the fucking meatball, which didn't even show up this time. Don't even ask me how or why. It just didn't. I don't know. Dark Skull is not like that. He's, especially if you're dealing decent damage to him, like, you can get out of that fight fairly simply. It's just all guaranteed. I don't know. Alright, you launched me into the stratosphere, please. Let me skip the fucking Demon King Castle defense. Boom. Boom. It's as simple as that, folks. Give it up for Chapter 6. Alright, let's go. Give me that apple. Yummy. Skull, know that I'm always on your side. Thanks. 810, 828. Not bad. Not bad at all. See, remember what I said? 800 is like my usual preferred benchmark. It's about what I think you need in this, like, in-game gauntlet to have a decent time. Alright, you. It's time for our daily squabble. I gotta be a little more careful here. Keep these orbs coming at you. Okay, let's bring out our old pal here. I would say the main thing that's scary about Dark Skull is how little he is. Like, he's so small. Like, it's hard to hit him even with the Ignition Flask. I'm just gonna stand here. And boy, what a foolish mistake that was. I honestly thought I'd be able to jump over that before he did it. And he threw himself right at me. I hate it when he does that. Come here. Let me show you something. I think that glass body helped me there. Glass body is so good. And I am not playing well. I need to get my head in the game. This is what I get for coming in this fight confident. You'd think I'd learn one day. Yeah, this did not go well. Another thing I'll say, though, which is also famous last words, is I'm a lot more afraid of that portion of the fight than I am this portion in some ways. This is the only truly terrifying part of this fight for me, is this guy. Because he just deals so much damage with everything he does. And if you get hit even once, you're fucked. Speed Skull form is almost nothing for me. Though if you're frustrated with this fight, I'm not trying to, like, downplay your struggle or anything. It's a very frustrating fight, and I was extremely daunted to even learn it. But once I learned it, it wasn't so bad. Though that's what I mean. That's what I fucking mean. That did so much. This is like the worst attack in the entire thing. Maybe minus the Giga ult, which we might be going immediately into here. Yeah, if you get hit by that, that's also really bad. And he's going to go into the Giga ult. I can't believe we're at a stage where we're doing enough damage to immediately bypass the Speed Skull form here, which he will then guaranteed go out into. But as you see, I'm dodging this very easily. Okay. Okay, that's what I get for saying that. But, like, it's an easy attack to dodge. I just fucked up there. This is not easy to dodge, though. If you get hit by this, you're fucked. He hit me, but it didn't actually fuck me. Which is interesting. Okay, as long as I don't lose my reassembly here, we'll be kind of chilling. Speed Skull form, he guaranteed goes out into it if you skip the first portion. One thing that you can do to min-max this portion, which is not what I did there, is give him space whenever he's going to do the non-slash move, whenever he does like either the spike move or the laser beam. Give him some space there, because then you can he'll summon the spikes on top of you, and if you're attacking him when he's standing there, he will summon it on himself and like create like a defensive barrier around himself, which will not allow you to attack him. So I don't know. It's very important to kind of know this portion of the fight. But as you saw there, like the Speed Skull form is nothing for me, and if you listen to the advice I give you, it will also be nothing for you. Like it's very readable and very predictable once you get used to it. Anyway, this run I'm taking the pelvis. Normally I would take tibia here, and it is the best pick. But like I always try and kind of build out from the tibia, because I understand it gets boring to see the tibia over and over. So we'll take the pelvis, the small pelvis of an individual who lived through a period of suffering. Excuse me real quick. Had to blow my nose. Gains a pelvis fragment when dealing a normal attack to an enemy. Maximum 30. Each pelvis fragment increases physical attack and magic attack by 4%, which I think adds up to 100, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what people said. 4 times 30. I don't know. 120. I'm not doing the math. Yeah, it's 120. It's simple math. Upon reaching the maximum stack of pelvis fragment, use a skill to shoot all pelvis fragments, which, it just shoots a bunch of like pellets in front of you that I think deal item damage, if I had to take a guess. It's also another one of those, the higher between X and Y, or higher between physical and magical. So it is not beneficial to build it on mixed damage. It's another one of those full sin type things, but we didn't, and it's still a decent item regardless, so we'll take it. It's better than the tibia over and over. I'm sure people will agree with that. And we also have very easy to use basics, so I'm doubly incentivized to take it here. That is unfortunate. Ow. He's trapped me! Okay, we're fine. Okay, we're definitely going into the laser beam segment, which is fine. Looks like I already fired my pelvis fragments at some point, but I didn't even notice it. I think more than anything, this item is about this damage scaling it gives you rather than the fragments, because like I feel like I never notice when they actually like deal damage. Sometimes I'll see like rapid damage numbers appearing. It's like, oh, there they are, but I don't know. Doesn't really seem to have too much of an impact on the fight. It's not my fault they printed the tibia next to everything else. Like, what were they thinking? They made it so much better. Man, I actually think Ignition Flask is doing a lot here. Yo, people always poo-poo on it these days. But like with crit items, which is, by the way, what it was always good with. Like, the thing that always made Ignition Flash so overpowered was it combined with crit items. So, like, what are people talking about? It being, like, nerfed into the ground. I wouldn't say it's nerfed into the ground even a little bit. It's just, it got nerfed, but it's still good. Okay, we definitely want to be a tackle dashing power skull here because you can get away from these lasers more efficiently that way. I'm going to run over here and see if I can deal as much damage as possible to this because that is almost certainly breaking over there. It actually didn't break. Never mind. I stand corrected. Comes a laser. Now I go over here. Can you cut that out? Thank you. And also, I'm going to do what I can to try and skip the debris phase, which means I'm not, ooh. Okay, I'll swap to my golem here. I was going to say I'm not using my golem until I get to this portion, but it turns out I killed that thing in like 2 seconds. So we're definitely skipping the debris portion here. And it's as simple as that, folks. That's a win. I don't think there's any chance in hell he can beat me here. Another good run to just showcase the power of mixed damage. The only thing I'll say about this run is we did luck out with the ring, but keep in mind, I did not take the Pot of Greed, which is the stronger mixed damage scaling items. The only truly powerful items we have on this run that are like items people are like associate with synonymous like mixed damage scaling, where it's like, oh, you had a Pot of Greed, so of course your mixed damage run was strong. We don't even have a Fulgent Dawn. The only items I have are Hope Slasher and also I saw the fragments doing some work there. We have the Hope Slasher and we have the ring. That's it. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's not all bad for mixed damage. Like, mixed damage can still do some wondrous things. Obviously, I would say when this run turned around is when we picked up the Invisible Knife and also the Black Steel Daggers. That was definitely a big turning point for this build. But I don't know, man. Mixed damage is still alive and well. For sure. It's still good. There's nothing truly remarkable about this run aside from the Hope Slasher in the ring. And everything else is like stuff you can see on most runs. So yeah, man. Good stuff. Hopefully you learned a little something about mixed damage. Hopefully you, I don't know, see the value of it and also see that like skulls that you may not associate with being able to do mixed damage are very capable of it, like Berserker. Like he's, and also the truth revealed that I've been saying for a while, but you know, there's also new people here who have not heard me say it yet, but Berserker is a basic attacker for sure, like through and through. When you get him into Devil Berserker, or just Devil, because that's what this one's called, Devil Berserker is his basic form. Devil is this form. So once you turn him into Devil, he truly just becomes a basic attacker. Still capable of other things, don't get it twisted, but like the true strength from Berserker comes from his basics whenever he's transformed into Devil. And like, there's other things he can do, but basically whenever I'm out as Devil, I'm just min-maxing my basic attacks as much as possible. One thing I'll say that's interesting about Devil Berserker in general is whenever he's not transformed and he's just Devil Berserker, the ability Mad Axe is actually stronger from the Devil Berserker than it is from the Devil. Because, I mean, actually, I don't know why it is, but it deals way more damage. So, I don't know. Maybe a mistake on the dev's part, maybe intended. Because you can't always, or at least you used to not be able to always be transformed as Devil. But, like, these days with Arachna scaling, you have almost constant uptime with your Devil form, which is very interesting. Basically, what it comes down at the end of the day is this is still a good skull. He's not quite what he used to be because, like, I don't know, for a lot of new players, it's just hard to play a skull that eats your HP. You know, like, whenever he's transformed, he needs to be doing a fuck ton to make up for that, which he does, but not everyone knows how to play Devil, I guess, so for some people, he feels underpowered, but he's still very, very good. And frankly, as much as I'm saying about mixed damage here, he would have definitely been better fully sent into physical. But, you know, I don't know. I just enjoy showing people that runs like this are possible because not everyone knows it's possible, and people see stuff like this and get confused in my comments all the time and in my Twitch channel, and they're like, "What are you doing that for?" It's like, well, my friend, you got a lot to learn, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. Everyone's got a lot to learn. Even I've got a lot to learn. There's plenty in this game I still don't know. But this is like the thing that I think I personally brought to Skull. Like if anything that I've brought to this game lives on in this game's meta, it's mixed damage and how to build it. Like definitely a thing that I feel like I contributed to, and I'm very happy that I did. And I'm also happy that it's still possible because like for a while I was thinking it's definitely not a thing that you can do as easily anymore. But I think it was just a me needing to get good at these fights issue, and I have. And now that I am good at these fights, I'm feeling basically with some caveats. It's still quite good. I don't know if it's like the way to build anymore, but it's still a way that you can successfully build with. Also, sorry for this rambly outro. It's probably one of the longer ones I've done, but I had a lot to say. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it, and I will be back tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye bye.